How's it going, people? Who we got in for the live stream tonight? I didn't have time to get the green screen up, so it's me and the whiteboard. Mark says, good God, it's almost 2 a.m. You should go back to bed, bro. Almost 5 p.m. here in southern China. Got your glass of wine. Looking forward to the rugby, says Nanopox. Are you on VPN or what? How do you get on from China? Bosty, bro, how's it going? Got Brumbies by 10. Saw the title, placard overlay as an image. Thought you changed your name to Two Gents Rugby. Not quite. Not quite. Brumbies to win by 12. Good luck, Rebels. Darmundi's got the Brumbies by 2. Apparently it's wet as. The commentators have just been saying it's very, very wet. So that is not ideal. Especially for the Rebels. I think that's advantage Brumbies, personally. How is everybody going, Fleshing? Good question. I am keen to crack on to a beer right now. I had a bit of a crappy day. So sitting down with a rugby and a beer is going to be most welcome. ExpressVPN all the way in that box. Good. That's what I used to use back when I was in China. Jonathan says, how are you? At the Rebels by 6. Man, that is a brave pick. Brave, brave pick. Brumbies are unbeaten. Right. Good evening, everyone. And you can see the beers because I haven't got the green screen on. That's what the Peroni normally looks like. There you go. Still got Peroni lying around the house. Satisfying. A beer, don't torture you. Man, it's 9 o'clock here. 9 p.m. Beer o'clock. Rugby Runner says classic setup tonight. Yeah, I was still faffing about with some work stuff, actual work. So I didn't have time to set the green screen up. I had 5 minutes and I thought grabbing beer is going to be of higher priority. Yeah, Andrew Deegan starting at 10 tonight. See how he goes in the wet. Right, we're almost at kickoff. Dave Rennie in Brisbane tomorrow to watch some Premier Grade rugby. Yeah, he was on the news tonight here in New Zealand as well. For just talking about Wallaby stuff, basically. Enjoying COVID-free New Zealand. You are, Danny, or are you still in Oz? And we've just kicked off. If you're looking to pause me so I don't do spoilers, the clock will be at 10 seconds right now. Picks for this game, I think I picked the Brumbies. I know I picked the Brumbies, but I don't know how much. Whoa, Deacon's first touch is to knock it backwards. Now they're in all kinds of trouble, but they've got a penalty, the Rebels. Flesh, and you're on holiday. Where are you going to go, man? Where are you going to go? I could possibly see this game coming down to the battle of the boot. Could do. Who's got the better goal kicker is a question. Mark, Gaza's not here. This game's on a bit late for Gaza. Oh, so you're still in Victoria, Danny, and you're in stage 4. Yep. Yeah, we had that for a wee while, and we were lucky. We managed to stop the spread of it. I think part of it was definitely luck. I think they've come out and said as much. Tiana says, let's go Rebels. Oh, who was that? Was that Banks? Banks' first touch is to knock it into touch. So both sides have had a couple of handling errors. It's wet. Evening, Scooter. How is it going? Liam says, if this comes down to kicking, the Rebels would have the edge. Certainly with experience. New Zealand people are more civilized than everywhere else. Also, we live on an island. I was on the bus the other day with some guy. I mean, he must have been drunk, but he was just saying, what are you effing wearing masks for? Just talking, I don't know, some people behind me. He was way at the other end of the bus. It's your effing people that brought this effing virus into the effing country. He was going on a rant for like 4 or 5 minutes before he got off the bus, so we're not all that civilized. Right, the Rebels are in the 22. 8 phases in. Not bad given the conditions. Oh, Hodge is going to be in here. Try time. Hodgie on 3 minutes. What a try. Should have flown to Spain yesterday. Cancel because the wife can't isolate when we come back. Oh. And yeah, the Big V8 show's right. We've had people like jumping over fences, cutting fences to try and get out of these isolation hotels. Like, I swear we've exported a lot of our riffraff and some of it's coming back, although I'm sure the majority of people are fine. It's always the few idiots that spoil it for everyone, right? Always have good bus stories, yeah. One was a bit dramatic. Was going to watch you with a bottle of San Miguel by the pool. So instead it's off to Cardiff. What do you do in Cardiff? Not a good start for the Super Brew. Still early days, man. Big Will, how's it going? I also picked the Brumbies by a wee bit. However, they've just conceded the first points of the game. He's missed it. He's missed it. And yes, Scooter, I've got the whiteboard going. I didn't have time to put on the green screen today. I've got to pin it up to the curtains, so I didn't. Thoughts of Tamua at 12? I don't mind him at 12, actually. I think it might suit him a bit better. So I'm keen to see how he goes. Exported most of the riffraff. Just inspired your next t-shirt. Well, I mean, Muldoon said something like that back when he was Prime Minister. Brumbies are losing the territory game at the minute. Plenty to do in Cardiff, and there's all drinking symbols. I don't know much about it, man. You have to tell me, honestly. Seriously, what do you do in Cardiff? I think my brother's probably been. Kiwi couple got deported from Australia for assaulting a police officer, asking him to wear a mask. Ugh. Idiots. Of all the things to complain about, wearing masks is not a big deal. And I think the whole mask thing is about trying to protect other people, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but If you wearing a mask stops some old fella or old lady like Gaza, who's in his 70s, from getting it spread, then that's a good thing to do, right? Oh my goodness, what a tackle. Ala Alatoa just smacked somebody to the ground. He should have been wearing a mask. Jordan, how's it going? You think Rico could make the AB's lineup later this month? Maybe. I think as a utility. I think if he goes, he does not have a jersey lower than like 20 something on his back. Tamua is 100% at 12. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, Big Will. I think that suits him just a bit better. It's Egan's up and under was a bit of a shocker, but the Rebels have got it back. Man, the Rebels are all over the Brumbies at the start of this game. Brumbies have had no ball. But Banks has got a decent extra there. They didn't close him down. 2022 since the year of the stupid. Yeah, well. It happens. Oh, it was Deegan. Man, let's all flatten Deegan. Anyone have any info on Deegan at 10? I haven't seen him play before. I think he played for the Force, as far as I'm aware, but I stand to be corrected. Definitely not sure. I think he played for the Force. He maybe played one game off the bench. Wearing a mask. Don't pay attention to USA News. People have been killed for asking. Asking to wear a mask? It's not compulsory here, to be fair. In New Zealand, we're complacent as. Nobody's doing any of the recommended stuff, like scanning QR codes when you go into businesses and stuff. Nobody's doing that. Alaran, late finish and work. Bro, you and me both. I didn't even have time to get the green screen set up tonight. That kick from Deegan is just a bit too big. Beaches, castles, restaurants, bars, rugby shops, and family in Cardiff. Bro, that sounds like a pretty good combination all in all. It's funny because I had a good mate from Cardiff when I lived in China for a good year, but I don't remember asking him much about what's to do in Cardiff. America is reopening school and I'm going in September 4, so RIP. Just take care of yourself, man. As much as you can. G-Man had COVID. He only got mild symptoms, so he's a fortunate one, for sure. Oh my goodness, man. This 10 minutes has been all Rebels. They've only got 5 points to show for it, but you feel like this is going to be more. I'm keen to see some stats. Finally got the KO stream working. Good man. You've missed a whole lot of play inside the Brumbies half. Oh my goodness. 88% territory. 88. The Brumbies have had 12% territory and 84% possession. That is madness. That is madness. All Rebels. Cheslin says, what's up? Can't wait for rugby to start in South Africa. I've heard it's on the cards now, eh? Turning out to be a battle of the boots, and the Rebels are winning that one. But it's wet as. It looks really wet, so that might be the order of the night. What an inside ball to Samu, though. Not quite. Schools are opening and closing on the whim here in South Africa at the moment. Everyone's on holiday. I think they closed the schools here for a while, but everything's back to normal at the minute. The campus for the uni I work at has got students everywhere. Fleshing, have you actually seen the format? I haven't seen the format. The last news I saw was like an hour or so ago saying that they were still confirming details for rugby's return in South Africa. Rebels have the best defence with 6 from 6 tackles. Yeah, it's been hard work, huh? Rugby kicks off in South Africa. My sleeping schedule probably not exist, says John Mundy. Yep. I tend to not do, I can't do the 3 a.m. games anymore. Not since I had a second kid. I can't do it. I have to just watch it in the morning. And make sure I haven't been spoiled to the results. No social media. Don't check Twitter. Don't go on YouTube. Don't check Facebook. Even turn the radio off because somebody's going to announce the results. Watch it first thing when you get up with breakfast. Ooh, back for a penalty for the Brumbies. Alaran thinks a 3-point might be coming up, or will the Brumbies go for the try? Let's have a look. Can't be further than 5 k's from your home. We had that in New Zealand, man. The police would stop you if you were driving during the day, and you had to have like a letter from your employer to say where you were going, or basically be on the way to the local supermarket. If you're too far from your home, get in trouble. Novmum finally gets to sit down and enjoy some rugby. You and me both. Work has been stink, so rugby and beer right now is very welcome. Right, here comes the driving maul, Big Will, I reckon. 13 minutes in. Oh, and the Rebels have stolen it. What a line-out steal, Rebels. G-Man was talking about it yesterday. Yeah, he just said he had really mild symptoms. It's funny as well because I watch a different YouTube channel which this doctor, nurse, talks about just the pandemic basically. And he said Port Elizabeth, which is where G-Man lives, he said it like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Port Elizabeth had heaps of cases. And I thought, ooh, hope G-Man's not going to be affected. And sure enough, there he is a week later saying he's had it and he's cleared of it. Is Angus Gardner reffing this competition? He has been, yeah. Not this game. He's been quite pedantic, actually. Beer is one great way of forgetting crap. Yes. I agree. Whoa, Karabidi. If he can control this, it's going to be a try. Oh, not quite. This is going to be a try. What a try. Unbelievable, that one. Who ended up getting it? Wilkin. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll stop complaining about my day job because that try was bloody beautiful. Man, Simone. Grubber. Oof. Man, crazy. Commentator's curse, yeah. Alaran, my Super Brew pick is looking pretty terrible right now because it was definitely the Brumbies. And it was... As it loads. Anytime. I'll update the whiteboard in just a second. Okay, that doesn't want to load. I'll do the whiteboard first. We ordered some reusable masks before the government recommendation to get masks. That's a wise move. I am looking into the process. I'm trying to get some rugby related masks. What can I say? My wife said, should we get masks at the supermarket? And I said, let's see if we can get something a bit better. And you guys are all saying what to try. David and Liam and Scooter and Emmy. Yes, 100%. Anyone tell the Rebels they're supposed to be losing? Apparently not. Still working on that Super Brew pick, and the Brumbies are working on mauling it up. Powell, okay. They strike back pretty much straight away. Can barely find time to talk right up the whiteboard. It's just crazy, this game. Whew. Are you going to be doing any 2 cents merch, beer stubbies, hats, jerseys? I might. YouTube gives you the option to open a store like that. So does Patreon. So I'll have a look. See what I can sort out. I'll have to get some design work done as well. You paid under $70 for 4 masks. No, Mum, that's not bad. Liam says, how does this game in the rain have more tries than the average Aussie game in the dry? Yeah, apparently it's hard to tackle guys who are all... Bro, what a kick. What a kick. I'm almost knocking the Brumbies off the whiteboard. What's a conversion? If you get merch, you should get 2 cents rugby masks. Start sign of the times, isn't it? I think the South African teams in Super Rugby were some of the first to release masks, but now everybody's doing it. Right, where's that Super Brew pick? I can't get Super Brew to load, Alaran. What's going on? It just keeps loading. Try again. Alright, close the app. Try again. Joe. How's it going, Joe? Didn't you say you got a little one? Shouldn't you be looking after the baby? Nah, I can't get Super Brew to load. I'll try it later. Just keeps loading in perpetuity. 2 cents coins. That could be a good one, eh? Loving that wee tease of a blue flag behind the whiteboard, even when Super Rugby is still on. Yeah, she's still there. What can I say? Benny Boy's a Chiefs fan, and it's been tough. One more chance for the team, man. One more chance. As for this game, it's 21 minutes. The Rebels are back in the Brumbies 22. Aileron's got the Brumbies by 3. If you can check mine. Can you check mine? I definitely picked the Brumbies. Joe's got the day off from looking after the little ones. Yes. My wife actually said to me, she was a bit grumpy with me, but she said she hates the weekends because she had to put my daughter to bed tonight. I was like, oh, come on. It's not that bad. Bro, did Hodge get that one? Has Banks lost his gas or what? And there's Angus Gardner on the touchline. All hail whiteboard for living since the start. Bro, the original whiteboard's right next to me on the floor here. This is the third whiteboard. Who gets it first? Oh, Hodge, I think. Bro, Banks, come on, man. They're having a field day with these kicks. Worried to see stud player test positive for COVID. Yeah, didn't they say it was multiple stud front set players? That's quite concerning. $0.02 action figures. That's a try. Wow. Man, this game's mental. What's going on? That's Tamoa with the kick. What minute was that? Like 23? If Hodge gets any more tries, I'm out of space to write it. Super is loaded on your end, and I had the Brumbies by 8. Thank you, Liam, for checking that one. He's missed it. It's a 10-point lead. I thought, with the rain, surely that's the Brumbies' advantage, but the kicking, man. Liam had the Brumbies by 11. Any penalties? Not kicked ones. There's been a couple of advantages, but the ref has been remarkably light on the whistle. Aussie Derby Boys produces upsets. All around Super Brew is so slow. Yeah, I don't know. It must be the website because I had ESPN loaded earlier for the stats and it was like that. So I think it's Super Brew's site. Liam managed to get it to work. Oh man, what a pass! Tamua's kick only goes like to the 10-meter line, but the Rebels have somehow got it back. Man, this game's all over the shop. Need a 2 cents logo. I do have one on some of the vids. This game isn't being played at Melbourne. Nah, it's been playing at Leichhardt Oval, so it's in Sydney. And Big Will's got the answer there as well. Was that a Falcon? I don't know if it was a Falcon, but it was close. That's the second time Lamani has thrown the ball, I think, at somebody's head. Come on, Banks. You need to do something, bro. Got over the advantage line. Where's this Rebels team been hiding? Michael, I don't know, man. But it's pleasing. Brumbies could certainly use a loss to keep this competition a little bit uncertain. David had the Rebels at 2-1. Did you put money on them or what? Okay, I'm feeling better. This game's been frenetic. At the moment, the game can be described as fumble, lots of panic, someone calms down, and the other team scores a try in the corner. Leichhardt overlooks like a crap stadium, but it's an awesome place to watch footy, especially on a Sunday arvo. Gaza knows t-shirts. Okay. That'd be good. Dangerbeth, the game is surprisingly entertaining. It's been crazy. It's very wet, but yeah, it's been played at a really good pace, and the ref has been letting things flow. Ruben, no green screen up until 5 minutes before the stream. I was still sending some day job stats for my work stuff, so I ran out of time. I had two options. Do I put the green screen up or do I get my beers? And I went with the beers. The new specs. Yeah, they're okay. They seem to have quite a lot of glare, though. I don't know. Different lenses from what I'm used to. So I'll see how they go. That's one good thing about working at the university. The university has an optometry clinic. Students learning optometry. They test your eyes for free if you're a staff member and you have a job where you work in front of a computer. And the university subsidizes the frames and the lenses. So I only had to pay like around about $100, which is a lot cheaper than if I'd gone to Specsavers. But yeah, I don't know about these lenses. I might have to see if I can get them some kind of coating or something to stop the glare, because it kind of drives me up the wall. Better without the green screen. Okay. Maybe I'll alternate. My son just screamed like he was being murdered. It was a cockroach. Bro, cockroaches are nasty. I have to get rid of them when they're in the house. To be fair, that's my job. My wife doesn't like two things. That's a Freudian slip. My wife doesn't like two things. She doesn't like washing dishes and she doesn't like cockroaches. So both of those are pretty much my job. Bargain specs, 100%, man. The university subsidizes that, so I'm not complaining. I had to fill out a form, get my manager to sign it, but job done. Make sure the new glasses have a blue tint. That's what I asked for, but these ones don't have nothing. They're just plain lenses, so I'm thinking they didn't give me the right lenses. So I'll take them back. Can I have photophobia glasses when I come out back from Puerto Rico? Can't wait to see without sensory issues. I don't understand what that means. Photophobia glasses. What do they do? You don't have to be able to read lips to know what Solomon Akata just said. 29 minutes gone and a half. They're about to set a scrum. The last scrum, the Brumbies got a penalty, so we'll see. Photophobia is being sensitive to most lights, and the glasses help adjust to certain light. That's pretty nifty. I've got like a light there, and a light on the roof ceiling, so yeah, it's pretty bright. Hence the glare. Bro, Rugby Pass Official, what are you doing here, man? You guys are supposed to be making like official videos. Strong start from the Brumbies. Or do you mean Rebels? But anyway, cheers, man. Happy to have you here. Hope you're good. Hope Sky's treating you well. The screen says Australia, but the weather says Pro 14. When is the Pro 14 back, man? It can't be too far away, right? Supposed to be making anti-Springbok memes. Oi, Rugby Pass Official, reckon you could reduce the stream latency? I think the Big VHO is probably watching on your service from somewhere in Asia. I believe Thailand. Alright, Samoa's just kicked the penalty. Rugby Pass Official may not be watching the game. I think Rugby Pass Official is probably based here in New Zealand, if it is who I think it is, and Rugby Pass Official wouldn't be able to watch it on Rugby Pass here in New Zealand because you can't watch Rugby Pass in New Zealand, but would be watching on Sky. But if you're in Asia, you can watch on Rugby Pass Official and many other places. Pro 14 is coming back 21st of August with the Benetton Zebra Derby. Who would have thought that possible when Italy was going through its big waves, especially in northern Italy, eh? Hong Kong, why did I think you were in Thailand? Oh, Kunzel did well to get that away. Game looks like it's in Christchurch. That's Sydney, man. Sydney has rain too. It's been piddling down here in Auckland today. Probably thinking of Grant. Grant is in Taiwan. I think Des is in Thailand. And the Big VHO is apparently in Hong Kong, but for some reason I thought also Thailand. Joe's in Ireland. Darmundi's in Australia. Ruben's in South Africa. Jordan's in New Zealand. I know you guys. Novmum's in Hamilton. Damn, man. I'm supposed to have a bad memory. Philip, how's it going, sir? It's 20 points to 7. The Rebels are supposed to be the ones on the receiving end here, but so far they have been very good value for their 13-point lead. Oh, and Banks just can't catch a break. Oh man, Tom Banks has got no luck whatsoever. That ball, he just wanted it to go over the try line so he could force it, and it just wouldn't go. I thought they weren't allowed to mark it in the 22. There's a rule about it. I can't quite remember what it is. What's happening with the Brumbies? They are on the receiving end of a lot of kicks and not handling them all that well, mate. You seem to have a good memory as to where we live, but not so much in terms of stats and past games. Should I be worried? Sometimes I'm good at remembering stats, other times not so much. That's why I make the video and I have notes. The notes are correct, generally. Right, the Rebels should score here. Their 4 phases gone. They're still less than a metre away. That's advantage as well. Government gazetted, South African rugby, return and a bio bubble. That's what they're doing with other sports, like the NHL and whatnot. Looks like they've stacked the Pro 14 Eurocomp Six Nations before Scotland triumphantly take the inaugural 8 Nations wooden spoon. Nah, Scotland will do better than that. Gregor knows what he's doing, I think. If he can get Finn Russell to behave himself. Escosivo is a stat guy. I love a good stat, man. Love myself a good stat. Do you own a Cheetahs, Kings, or Cats jersey? No. I was trying to find a Cats jersey online to purchase, but I could not find one. I think I could probably get my hands on a Kings and Cheetahs one at some point, but I haven't managed it yet. Because I haven't really covered the Pro 14, so I haven't had a need for them. And they don't get into the Champions Cup or the Challenge Cup or anything, so... They're going to TMO a potential try here for Ulysses by the looks of things. So TMO is going with an on-field no try, on-field knock on, but he's going to get the TMO to check. Do I own a Drua jersey? No, I don't have any of the NRC jerseys, to be honest. That looks like it's been knocked on. Whew. Maybe he did get it. Rory says, Big Will, you can't mark it in the 22, but can mark it in goal. But haven't we seen it marked in the 22? before? Because that's the way I understood it as well. So it is going to be a try. To get a rare Super Rugby Cats jersey sounds difficult now. Rare. Indeed. I looked on eBay. I couldn't find any. Scotland wooden spoon or Finn adhering to the 2-pint limit, which is more likely? Oh, snap. 27-7. Man, my pick for the Brumbies is looking pretty poor right now. Nick Williams retired. Apparently he's going to be a bodyguard. Well, he's a big fella. Removal of calling for a mark in the defensive 22 from kicks originating in the same proportion of the field. So if they kick it from further away, it can still be marked? I'm not 100% Big Will, by the way, on the 22. On the mark rule. Man, the kicking is just killing the Brumbies. Rugby Gareth, I just read that no, he's gonna be a bodyguard. It was on Twitter, maybe? Are you kidding me? The Brumbies have stuffed that lineup on their own line right before half time. I think that's going to be another try. Oh, they're close. That was lucky. But they got another chance, and they got advantage. And now Kuzak's yellow carded. Thoughts on Sarri's players getting farmed out to Super Rugby? Total joke if it's allowed. I know Nick Ezekwe has already gone to, but it wasn't Super Rugby. He's gone to he's gone to Saints, I think. So yeah, there's a few of them have been. There's others as well. Brumbies might not claw this back. This is crazy. This is all the words you guys are saying. Yeah. It's 27-7, Jack Hoodie's mullet. And the Brumbies are looking absolutely terrible. The Rebels are on another level. Liam says he thought that was going to be a try from that lineup steal, as did I. And now the Rebels scrum has just monstered the Brumbies. What is going on? We're going to have another TMO call. Will the Brumbies still be on top of the ladder after this? I did write down in my preview what points they were on, I think. Oh, that's the wrong paper. I think they will be, because the Reds are in second on 11. And the Brumbies were on more than that. I think we all collectively suck at picking this game. Hopefully the Landers can pick up some tips. Yeah, well, the Landers are still playing away. This is kind of a neutral venue. Rebels doing the Brumbies on the Brumbies so far. Oh, nice Irani's knocked it on from the back of that scrum. Unlucky. The scrum was starting to move forward as well. Still, 20-point lead is pretty tasty if you're a Rebels fan. Butchered is pretty much right. Right, a kick originating in the attacking 22-meter area cannot be marked by a defending team within their own 22-meter area. The kick, however, can be marked within the defending team's in-goal area and play restarts with a 22-meter line dropout. So that seems to be only if you are attacking within their 22 and then you like put it up and under, then they can't mark it. They have to play it. I think that's the way I read it. Somebody else tell me what they think. Rory says, honestly thought the Brumbies could have gone undefeated. So did I. At this rate, they were tracking pretty well, but they have had the odd kind of average game. Dominant half from the Rebels. They've definitely had their wheat bix. Yeah, see if they can keep it up, though. Could be quite a comeback. We've seen a few. Right, let's check the halftime stats. Right, they're all Rebels. Run meters 210 to 83 in the Rebels' favour. Possession 71-29 and territory 72-28. Turnovers conceded 5 by the Rebels, 9 by the Brumbies. How do you have 29% possession and concede almost double the turnovers, bro? Man, the line out. The Brumbies line out is 6 from 9. Goodness me. It's not pretty reading. Missed the days when you had to make a physical mark on the pitch to call it a mark. That's getting pretty old school. I remember doing that out in the front yard with my old man, with Gaza, kicking your heel into the ground. Where is the hat-trick hero Faenga? Yeah, he's not having his best shift, mate. Turnovers are part of the reason for the less than 30% possession. 100%. 100%. Brumbies locker room will be crazy. Yeah, I don't imagine Dan McKellar is a particularly angry guy, but he'll certainly have some stern words. Proper rugby, says Gareth. Yeah, for sure. For sure. When I started, it was still 4 points for a try. When did they switch that round? Hopefully the Brumbies will turn up in the second half. They've not been good in the first, mate. That's for sure. Man, Corabidi just had too much gas for Muirhead, eh? That being said, Muirhead did actually get to it. I just couldn't control it. Glasgow is a football mad, but still a sporting. Is football mad, but still a sporting city for all. I found a stat which the Brumbies are winning. Penalties conceded. Dan McKellar's neck is kind of red as he points things out. Laurie Fisher's there in the changing sheds. All the players are intently listening, which is a good thing. Some of them are nodding. And the Rebels are doing the forwards on one side, backs on the other thing. Bookies, the stats should make sense. The stats laughs and it broke me. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't put a bet on this game. That's for certain. Lineouts lost as Brumbies 3, Rebels 1. McKellar looks like a tomato. He was pretty red there, bro. The Brumbies have got a higher tackling percentage as well. They're at 89%. The Rebels are at 85%. So, there you go. Points changed for a try in 92-93. Right, yeah. I remember during lockdown we went back and watched the first two World Cups. So I think, yeah, I remember them being 4 tries. 4 points for a try, sorry. Oh, man, that's an old school shot. Tim Horan. Oh, they're trying to rack up tomorrow's game. Let's hope the Rebels do a Chiefs and choke the second half. Still, it'd be nice for the Rebels to get a win, right? Keep the competition a bit more even. Man, they're showing some proper biffo between these teams. This is what they do for the league. I don't know if you guys are on the same feed I've got, but they're showing historical games between these two sides and like big hits, blood, and a bit of fighting and that kind of stuff from back in the 90s and whatnot. So it's good that the rugby's getting that treatment. Thoughts on Aotearoa final? They don't have one. I think the Crusaders will take it out tomorrow. And North v South, I got to go North, but I am 100% biased. How's Gaz's video been received? Yeah, I think pretty well. He loves it, man. He loves it. My dad's retired. So, like, when he did the All Blacks video, and some people said, could you do a Wallabies one? Like, he grabbed that with open arms. He loved it. He's retired, so he sits there and just thinks about it all day. when I speak to him, he'll be like, "Oh, I've got some good ideas." Yeah, man, you do it. I felt a little bit bad because I saved that video for a night that I was going out, so like I could just go out. I went out and saw my mate, had dinner, and I just loaded that video because it was pre-recorded, so it kind of works well for me as well. But he wants me to put it out straight away. What can I say? He's working on a South African one now. So I've told him he needs to narrow the squad down a bit more. He picked a lot of players for the Wallabies. A lot. A lot. What's Gaz's knowledge on Northern Hemisphere rugby? I think he would probably be New Zealand first, Australia second, South Africa probably third, and then I would say he's probably not bad with World Cup squads for the Northern Hemisphere, but I would say that's probably about it. Growing up, he never sat with me to watch the Six Nations or anything. I never really watched that until I started this channel. Like, I used to watch it. Six Nations here is usually there's one game on at a reasonable hour, and then a couple on at a bad hour. I would always watch the reasonable hour one, but that was it. So, I would say, yeah. He probably knows. I'm probably doing him a disservice. He probably knows more than I think. Can't guess to do a Samoan one. He'd probably struggle. But maybe. Definitely a smart man with a big brain. He knows his rugby, that's for sure. He doesn't know how to work anything recent. But he is 70. Just got here. What the hell happened? I did not pick the Rebels by 20 at this point. Well, Ducks Quack. Just stats. Run meters 210 to 83. That's for the Rebels. Possession 71%. Territory 72%. The Rebels have been all over the Brumbies. All over them. Here's an idea for Gaza. 15 of New Zealand players who did not play for New Zealand. They played for like other countries. That could be a good one for me as well. But yeah, for Gaza too. I might just quickly grab one more beer before the game kicks off for the second half because I have a thirst tonight and the players are just coming back out, so I won't be long. Alright, second half is underway. I missed 20 seconds. What'd I miss? The chair. Yeah, bro, I'm passing the 2-bottle limit. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, work was stink, but rugby is good. So, that's a good balance. Would Gaza be keen on joining you in front of the camera for a stream? Maybe. Maybe. 2 cents. Back in the day, how were the fans like in North-South game back in the day? Must have been crazy. I don't remember going to North-South games as a kid. I do remember the Mitre 10 games, which was the NPC back when I was a kid. They were pretty intense. Brumbies need to do something here. Here we go. Has he got the gas? Simone. He's got the strength. Right, it's 42 minutes in. Despite the fact they're a man down, the Brumbies are only a few meters away and could definitely use some points here. This is your Dream Team North Side and Dream Team South Side. What do you guys reckon is the best way to draw the line between North and South? Is it where you're born? Is it where you went to school? Is it where you played first 15? Is it where you like they're doing it now? Like where you played your first Mitre 10 Cup game? Is it your first Super Rugby franchise? What do you reckon? I think where you're from. Where you think you're from. Where you play school rugby, where you're born. The thing I like about birthplace, if you've seen my videos on foreign players before, is that you only get one. It's very defined. Oh, that's out on the full. Goodness me. Nothing's going the Brumbies' way this evening. But yeah, birthplace is pretty hard to argue with. Whereas school, you can have multiple schools. Yeah. Where you played your first game of tennis. Personal choice, where you're from. I think most people would have an idea in their mind, right? Maybe you could be able to declare. Because I think Rugby Pass, who was here in the chat before, said in one of their articles, they interviewed Josh Ioane, who plays for the Highlanders and he plays for Otago, but he's from Auckland, so he grew up in Auckland, and I assume he feels pretty much like a North Islander, but he's eligible for the South. So, yeah. Oh, Kunzel's off. Where your parents, grandparents, and dog came from. Oh, man. Could get a bit messy. Players should decide is a good one. Yeah, I can't imagine players would want to game the system if it was totally fake, right? Like, I can't imagine somebody who was born in Auckland and plays for the Blues would say, oh, I'm from the South, because they'd have to justify it. They'd look a bit silly. No matter where you put the line, it won't work for some people. There'll always be outliers. Yeah, that's true. If players can just pick, then it's not North v South. But I guess, I mean, you'd have to be able to justify it, like I said. Like, if you're from Auckland, which is North Island, and you play for the Blues, which is North Island, you play for Auckland in the ITM Cup, or Mitre 10 Cup, which is North Island, and you said, I'm from the South, you'd have to have a pretty good argument for it if you went to school in the North Island and everything. Teams haven't been named yet. No, Mum, no, I don't think so. D-Mac, yeah, well, D-Mac's from Southland, so he should feel like he's a South Islander, but he's played his rugby up here, so... Yeah, it's a weird one. First club you ever played for? Always used to be possibles, probables. That meant pretty even teams. Yeah, that's true as well. Remember Jonah played in possibles, probables? I think he was in a possibles team. Player should decide just like nationality. Yeah, I guess you could, if you wanted to make a proper eligibility system, you could say you declare which one, but you have to meet a certain criteria of at least being born there, played there, lived there, something like that. Could your kids choose for China in a sport? They both have Chinese citizenship, I think. So probably. Okay. So far, I'm thinking the Brumbies are looking a bit better in the second half. What does everybody let Gaza decide? Oh no. Can't be a dual national. Yeah, it gets a bit grey. The Chinese have got a document called a travel document, which you can get if you're a child. So you can have that and another passport until you're like 18. Then you have to make a call. Well, this yellow card's almost over. The Brumbies have gotten off pretty lightly. Let Gaza just run New Zealand rugby. I'd love to see that for 4 years. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of management experience, but he's certainly got rugby fan experience coming out his ears. He wouldn't want to muck around with meetings, that's for sure. Oh, the Brumbies have knocked it on. Who knocked it on? Was it Kurandrani? I don't think so. He could be the brains behind you, the public face. Oh, yep. Maybe. Oh, Sio's gone off. And he looks to be limping a little bit, which is not ideal. Can the Brumbies come back from this? They've done alright to get back to 15 on 15. But they do need some points, that's for sure. Enough, Mum. $25,500 people who like you. So, yeah, I definitely can't complain with that. Monaco can beat Stewart Island. I'm not even sure how many people live on Stewart Island. Oh, Rebels penalty. Man, the Brumbies scrum is not doing well. If only the Brumbies had world-class lock Ned Hannigan. World-class lock and Ned Hannigan generally don't go in the same sentence. Oh, Ruben, game time's at 50 minutes. It's just ticked over 50. The Brumbies have conceded an attacking scrum penalty or a defensive scrum penalty, but they were in the Rebels half, and now they're back in their own half. What percentage of watchers are subscribed to you? I think it's about 40%, 60% not. Leo, back to the trusty whiteboard. Yes, I was busy working on work stuff, real job stuff, and I ran out of time to pin up the green screen. But it's a welcome return to the trusty whiteboard. Why did you hate George Gregan? Because of the 4 more years thing. What a prick. Excuse me. But, man, we hadn't won a World Cup for a long time, and I could accept losing, maybe, but I didn't need to see that. That's just nasty. That makes you more popular than Bill Beaumont. Oh, how many followers does Bill Beaumont have? Bill Beaumont was on the breakdown recently, and kind of like a politician, he managed to say a lot of nothing for a lot of the time. It was amazing how many times, and I've worked for the government here in New Zealand, so I know that policy, where someone asks you a question and you're just like, I don't look after that. That's their responsibility. Like, I was literally that guy at the High Court in Auckland who was like, you can't file that form here. You need to go to the district court, which is down that way. You need to go, like, drive 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. So... All Black Mount Rushmore. Oh, goodness me. Oh, that is... Oh, man, I need more than a moment to think about that one. Let Gazza know he's a natural on YouTube. Loved his video. Gazza is a talker. I don't know if you got that feeling, but... And rugby, bro, he can talk all day long. So, yeah, he's definitely a natural. Next time I just need to remind him to look at the camera, not to look at himself. But that's an easy mistake to make. Craven, how's it going, sir? The Brumbies. What's happening to the Brumbies? They're getting pretty comfortably beaten at the minute. 52 minutes gone, and they're more than 20 points behind. Goodness. Rushmore, Carter, McCaw, Cullen, Lomu. I suppose that's a relatively recent one, though. Fitzpatrick. Maybe. Meads. Depends how far back you want to go. I never saw Colin Meads play, but I know he's a legend. Michael Jones. Grant Fox. Watched the vid where they asked Kiwi rugby players what they thought, and they all said that the worst things get... What? Watched the vid where they asked Kiwi rugby players what they thought, and they all said that worse things get said in the average rugby game. Ah, okay. No alcohol allowed in South Africa during lockdown. I'll have to get me some Castle Lager, man. I need to support Castle, otherwise those guys are going to go broke. I'm drinking Italian beer at the minute. But, yeah, I guess cheers, everybody. I don't quite understand the alcohol ban in South Africa, but it is a thing. Are you going to do a double stream on tomorrow to make up for Wednesday? I don't know. I doubt it. Probably just pick one game. Which one would you rather? Carter, McCaw, Lomu. It's a good start. 2 cent. If you saw Meads play, you look top for your age. Yeah. I don't even know that I've seen him play in those old videos, to be honest. Like, I can watch I've watched games from the 80s, but I haven't gone back much further. That was the perfect sledge, in my opinion, not crude or vulgar. It was perfect. It was absolutely spot on. But I hated him for it. It was just too much. I couldn't take it. Biddy's a great listen in the pub with his mates after a few beers. You mean Gaza? Oh, definitely. They claim because hospital trauma units are busy enough and booze makes it worse. I guess that's fair enough. But I don't know. Michael Jones or Richie McCaw. I mean, Richie lifted 2 World Cups, so I probably have to say Richie, but Michael Jones when I was growing up was just the man. Meads, McCaw, Carter, Don Clark, Lombo. I think you might be too big there for one Mount Rushmore, but yeah, Don Clark as well. Melbourne Brumbies have a lot of work to do. Yeah, they are. They are running out of time. I remember New Zealand rugby from about 87 World Cup. Anything from before that is a blur. Oh my goodness, Cipriani playing for the Rebels back in the day. They're wearing this jersey. They're wearing this jersey. Just 4 different angles of Quade Cooper's boot making with contact with McCaw's face. Wasn't it his knee? Sorry, Ruben. I don't understand it. I'll leave it to the medical experts. I just know everywhere else seems to have made liquor stores like essential. Leo says, my team had a small training match against our rivals to try and get back into rugby. Safe to say I've been put on another referee's hit list. Well, if you're a halfback, bro, nobody's going to be your biggest fan if they're in a referee's uniform. Oh, the Rebels have just been charged down. But they might get a second chance to get out of jail here. What was more satisfying, 2011 or 2015? 2015 was more satisfying. 2011 was more of a relief. I really struggled to watch the 2011 game. I didn't enjoy it at all. I enjoyed the start. Tony Woodcock's try. Like, I'm enjoying the game. I didn't enjoy most of it. It was just hanging on. Craig Joubert. I think World Rugby has put on their website, they're putting the Scotland... Aren't they putting that Scotland-Australia game? Or am I mistaken? Rebels defense is monster in the Brumbies. Now Simone is kicking. We decided to make our own pineapple beer. Some stores don't even have yeast anymore. Oh, that's tough. No, Mum says, yeah, 2011 was hard to watch, especially for the last first 5 or so minutes. Yeah, I couldn't take it. Irish Mount Rushmore. McBride, Gibson, Wood, and Bod. Bod probably has to be on there, surely. At least from what I can remember. Felt the same way about 2011 World Cup, more relief than excitement. I think I had like half a beer for the whole game. I had a few beers. I was literally in I was in China in a bar, but the bar was deserted because it was like the afternoon because it's 5 hours behind with an Aussie guy who doesn't give a shit about rugby. He's a league guy. He was there to have beers and some food. I asked the bar owner to put the TV on with the game. He did, which was nice. And yeah, when Trenduk was lining up that penalty, I couldn't even watch. I had to go to the bathroom. When I came out, I asked my mate, "Did he get it?" He said, "No, he missed it." And I was like, couldn't take it. South African Rushmore was full Rusty Erasmus statues. He's a smart man. What can you say? Right, the Rebels. The second half has been pretty low scoring. It's only been the 3 points, but they are close to the Brumbies trial. And you gotta think if they score here, it's all over Rover. It's probably all over already, but still. A league guy, there isn't a worse person on earth. He's a good guy. He wasn't even that much of a league guy. If he had to pick a sport, he's going to pick league. If he had to pick anything, he'd pick his booze, to be honest. Guess next video could be New Zealand Mount Rushmore. I couldn't watch the last 5 minutes of the 2011 game. Yeah, it was painful, mate. One thing Rassi failed in was to get us to have a positive win ratio against the ABs. Really? My weekend Super Brew prediction looking bust already. Yeah. Is he going to warn the Brumbies or is he going to card them? I watched that game with a Kiwi mate. I'm talking about 2011. And he something himself and spent the last 20 minutes smoking outside. That was the beauty of being in China because I was still a smoker at that time and I could smoke in the bar. Definitely, I was smoking, probably chain smoking cigarettes for most of that 2011 game. Who's showing Mitre 10 Cup outside of New Zealand? I'm not sure who has the rights, man. I think Rugby Pass shows it. Hope the Highlanders are taking some notes, bro. Please let them do a job tomorrow. Smoking what, bro? Just cigarettes. I wasn't smoking anything stronger. I didn't come to being a rugby fan until 2014, 2015. What happened in 2011? Rugby World Cup final. New Zealand beat France 8 points to 7, and it was a pretty brutal game to watch. Oh, the Rebels have just knocked it on. So that nail is not quite in the Brumbies coffin, but the fat lady's over there. She's warming up. Definitely warming up. Sky Sports in the UK show the Mitre 10 Cup? Really? I guess they get it as part of the Sky Sports package. Oh, yeah. So if the Rebels win this one, they'll be on 15 points currently. Brumbies will still be on 18. The Reds will be on 11. I think this will be good for the comp if the Reds can hold on. Rebels can hold on. Second half, definitely a lesser quality. And yet the weather seems drier. Is it just me or has it stopped raining? And yet the quality of the game's gone down a touch. A beaver happened in 2011. Bro, he only just got that kick and his match jersey was way too small. Game's over, basically. Yeah, it seems to be that way. Most of the time, they have the Mitre 10 Cup and the Curry Cup. Right, big scrum from the Rebels. Man, the Brumbies are under the pump at scrum time. They got it away. Still raining on your screen. It doesn't seem as heavy, or is that just me? Nice surroundings, made a good run. One poor mistake in the first half, but solid game. He is good. Squidge has a good MLR video. Did you see it? I watched it today, actually. I watched it today. I was probably a day behind when he released it, but yeah. Okay, Australia is really the land of upside down. Plays more entertaining in the rain. Plays better when they are man down. What the hell? I honestly think the rain has eased up from the first half. And the Brumbies looked better with one less man. So, yeah. Big defence from the Rebels. Brumbies, if they score here, 30 points to 14. Still a long way back. Are you going to the Blues Crusaders at Eden Park? I haven't got a ticket yet, eh? I probably should. I get the feeling it's going to be a dead rubber, that's all. Does anybody like any Australian sporting team? They're very disliked generally in South Africa, especially after cheating in the cricket. I think it's probably fair to say the Australian cricket team are pretty universally well hated for being a bunch of arrogant twits. Oh man, Banks is having a shocker. Oh, that's painful to watch. I feel so sorry for him. And yet, I don't need to be a lip reader to know what you just said. Goodness me. I would love to see a 2 Cents and Squidge collab. I've only had a couple of exchanges with him on Twitter. I've not really spoken to him much. He seems like a really good bloke though. Very smart. Oh, it is still raining quite a lot. You're right, Fleshin, actually. Should sell out for that game. I think they've already sold 38,000 tickets, so if I want to get a ticket, I probably should move my backside. Yeah, and Banks probably does need to come to the bench. Having a bit of a mare, isn't he? Did you see the Blues awards show? No, I didn't see it, but I saw who got the awards. Like Tupelotu got one, Robinson got one, Talia got one. So yeah, it's good stuff. Even the Aussie public was disappointed with the cheating in South Africa. I'll bet, 100%, 100%. I mean, my aunt lives in Melbourne. She's a massive Western Bulldogs fan. Like, she's been in Australia, oh man, 25 years? She's pretty much an Aussie. But even she, like, can't bring herself to support the Aussie cricket team. She's just like, they're just such a bunch of so and so's. If you could pick one player from any other country for the ABs, who would it be, or isn't there anyone? There would definitely be someone. Where are the All Blacks lacking a bit of depth right now? Oh, James Tuttle's back and playing for the Rebels. That's good. Um, I wouldn't mind a nice old loose head prop, to be honest, because Moody's the kind of incumbent, but I'm still not kind of convinced by his scrummaging. I would say Kitsoff's probably a better scrummager, and he wouldn't be the only one. And actually, Ruben, I was thinking Arceus Neyman because with Retallick not playing for a while, we are probably going to be a little bit short at lock. But Tuipulotu has been pretty good, even though he's a very different style player to Sneyman. Is the Ashes the one time people support England in a competition against a fellow Commonwealth country? I think New Zealanders would generally be pretty torn with the Ashes, and that we probably don't want either of them to win. We probably want it to rain. Those are generally the two countries we want to lose for some reason. Malcolm Marx, 2018 Malcolm Marx probably. 2019 Malcolm Marx, like 2018 Malcolm Marx was the best in the world. I think Cody Taylor, Dan Coles, like they're still very good. So, but I legit think Stephen Kitsoff or even the Beast last year were on a higher level than Joe Moody. That's for sure. There's only 10 minutes to go, man. The second half is only at 3 points. I think the Brumbies are. You can stick a fork in them because they are done. Oh, Semi Radradra for sure. He's also very good. But we got lots of good wingers. We got. I think the midfield's looking all right. I would have thought lock without Brody. Loose head prop. Maybe even tight head prop. I don't know. Cheslin Colby. Yeah. Cheslin Colby for sure. I still think we get more from getting Stephen Kitsoff in than Cheslin Colby because we got good wingers. Although Cheslin Colby is a very kind of unique style player. I know the Aussies were broken with this controversy, but that was a small group of players. There are some decent Aussie cricketers, and they shouldn't be judged like the other riffraff. Probably true. I generally try to give people the benefit of the doubt, really. I like to think most people are not bad people. When is Brody back? I think he's got next year off as well, doesn't he? It's quite a break. Surely Barrett and Whitelock at locks, then Xavier at 6, Kane at 7, so Tutu at 8. Yeah, Whitelock's come into pretty decent form the last couple of weeks. He'd been a bit average up until that point, but maybe he was a bit underdone after being in Japan and not playing for a while. Barrett's injured, so I would say Tuipulotu at the minute. Number 8 will be an interesting one. I feel like they might go Frizzell 6, Sam Kane 7, and Savi at 8. I think they see Savi more as an 8 than a 6, but we'll see what Steve Foster has to say. During the Cricket World Cup, I really wanted New Zealand to win. Bro, people are still bitter about that loss to England with like the mathematical formula that let us lose or whatever it was. I didn't really follow it, to be honest. Like, I used to play cricket, but I haven't followed the cricket for quite some time. Do you think Satutu has a chance at the All Blacks? I reckon he has a chance for the squad, especially because he's eligible for England and whatnot as well. Yeah, I think the All Blacks would do well to get him in the squad. Steve Foster. Yes, definitely Steve Foster. He's got lots of decisions to make. I think real number 6 is another position we are lacking. I think Frizzell's been doing pretty well, and we've got Boshier, who's also a 7, but he can play 6. So I think with those guys, we're okay. But yeah. Oh man, Muirhead, what are you doing? The second half has been scrappy. The first half was magic. So I guess you can't have two magic halves. What's the feeling on Warren Gatland at the moment? People are giving him a bit of the stink eye because his team's losing. So yeah. Favorite Super Rugby jersey this season? I'm kind of partial to the Blues one, to be honest. I said I would never buy a Blues jersey. As always, it's just sitting on the floor next to me. What can I say? I can't be 2 meters from a Blues jersey. I would never buy a Blues jersey with this big, horrible, bloody logo on it. But I still bought it, so yeah. The Blues have definitely got the best away jersey, that's for sure. And Ducks Quack, you absolutely showed up for the wrong half. The second half has been... I've got 3 lines written down. Whereas the first half, like, that's the line. Second half, first half. Leo doesn't like Gatland, and I know why. You would think the Palms would be more bitter at the States because they are the ones that kick the Brits out violently rather than the Aussies who are part of the Commonwealth. Yeah, maybe. How much did it cost? I think I got that Blues jersey for $100 New Zealand. The retail price is $150, but I definitely bought it on sale. Oh, the Brumbies have just blown a potential scoring opportunity with some bad handling, but yep. Second half is SHIT, no comparison. Yeah, we used up all the entertainment value in that first half. We had 3 points in the second. Yeah, never buy jerseys at full price, man. They're a rip-off, honestly. They are such a rip-off. I bought it from Rebel Sport here in New Zealand. Rebel generally do sales every now and again. And my wife actually works for the company that owns Rebel Sport. So she also gets a 30% discount if I ever need to get something from Rebel. But um, often when they do sales, like proper sales, they're even better than what a staff discount can be. Has Powell ever played Test rugby? He's played, I think, a couple of games. Gatland is loved in Wales, not so much Ireland, New Zealand, England, the rest of the world, yeah. Well, Dave Vessels will be a happy chappy after this one. I bought a Highlanders jersey about 2 weeks ago. It was from Sports Direct, the cheap sports shop, and it was 60 quid, which is probably about 120 bucks. That's probably about right. I think they're still mostly full price here, but they are starting to go end of line because the season's almost done. Wife gets you a 30% discount on rugby jersey. This is a recipe for a rock solid marriage. I married her before she had that job as well, so I must have had some kind of foresight. No, I'm pretty safe the Rebels have won this. Agree. The Brumbies have not been able to score since that minute, and we're at 76. The Brumbies have been so bad tonight. The handling's been shocking. And their scrum has just been getting dominated. Last try wins. Yeah, the Rebels need that. Oh, the Rebels, the Brumbies. They're under the pump. It's good for the comp, though. I'm pretty happy with it, even though my super pick has gone to hell. Man, I was expecting like a 50 plus point game, but it's yeah, it's really stalled in the second half. This time the Brumbies get a penalty at the scrum. Alaran, all right, bro. I don't blame you. Take care. I'll see you for tomorrow's one. I think you've got the best wife in the world. She lets you watch footy, drink beer, and have a stack of jerseys. Yeah, she's pretty good. What can I say? Think I still don't understand the new rule at the Ruck Super Rugby Aotearoa. The refs have been a bit mixed in the policing of that, to be honest. How's the weather been in New Zealand, Scotland since the day it was 27 last week? It rained every day since. It piddled down. It piddled down this afternoon, but has otherwise been a pretty overcast winter's day. I'm able to sit here in just a Rebels jersey with nothing on under it, and it's winter, so not too bad. Ecstatic for a Rebels win, Craig. I don't blame you, man. It's been a good result for them for sure. What's the time in New Zealand now? It's 10:51, so we're looking at close to 11 o'clock. So after this game, I will quickly whip up a review, and I'm going to go to bed, basically. Brumbies have got another scrum penalty. A fiver at 2-1. That's the golf and the football bets for the evening ahead. Well done, man. I wouldn't have picked the Rebels for this at all. I would have lost money if I'd bet. At least your summer can hit above 15 degrees consistently. Oh, they finally got a try. Will Miller on 79 minutes. Too little, too late. $32 for Fleshing at the minute. Goodness. Kids don't understand sleeping parents. Yeah, my kids will definitely get me up early tomorrow morning. I didn't even see them take the conversion. That's it. The game is over. Yeah, I didn't see the kick either, Liam. Maybe they drop kicked it. I don't know. I missed it, but they must have missed it too because it's 12 points for them. So, yeah. Well, that was a weird game. Weird. It was kind of a bit anticlimactic after that first half. The first half was absolute helter-skelter. And then, less so. Big Will says, yay, it's over. Yeah, I can go to bed now after I quickly do a very quick review. Nov Mum says, we told our son not to wake us before 7 a.m. I hope he listens. What game am I live streaming tomorrow? I figure I will do the New Zealand game. So that'll be the Chiefs and the Hurricanes. The Chiefs trying to get that first win. Yeah, should be a bit of fun. So, yeah, you guys all take care. I'll stock up on a few more beers. I think I still got a couple of Peronis left. And, yeah, I will see you guys for the game tomorrow. But, yeah, you guys all take care. And, yeah, I'll see you for the next one. All right, guys. See you.